Good evening, my friends, and welcome to the show. I am Lou Mangello. I am so excited to see you. If you are watching live, thank you so very much for joining me. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget you can join us, every Wednesday night right here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Super excited. I don't know why it feels like it's been so long since we've been together, although now I sound like Mr. Rogers. I love seeing again so many familiar names and faces in the box. I want to start calling you out individually by name, but then like Romper Room, I feel like I will leave somebody out. But I see there's a lot of familiar names, a couple of new names in there, and some folks I'm looking forward to seeing this weekend during Princess Half Marathon weekend, and dare I say, in just a couple of months on our Alaskan adventure cruise. I am literally counting down the days. I mean, not as well as Stuart Sternberg is, but I am counting down the days. And speaking of counting down the days, who's going to be at the meet of the month this weekend? I'm going to get this right one of these days. This Saturday from 2 to 3:30 at the Daily Poutine. It's Princess Marathon weekend. You guys need to carb load. I do too. Not that I'm running. So who am I kidding? This is just an excuse to go back to the Daily Poutine and make a little get together out of it. So who's watching, excuse me, live, am I going to see this weekend, and or possibly give and receive a sweaty hug on the Princess Marathon course? I think I'm going to be out there on Sunday cheering the Princess Half Marathon. If I can swing some things, I'm going to try and get out there on Saturday for the 10K as well. Kev Rad says, what did you eat today? Isn't an easier question, what did I not eat today? I'm being good. I've been pretty good today, although I did have Chick-fil-A for dinner, but you know. Derek Dysert is coming here in March. John Jones, it's good to see you. Sarah Voss, good to see you as well. Mark Thompson. No Black Panther spoilers. Benita Chapman Kelly, I said I wanted to talk about Black Panther, but I can take this off now. But I will not be spoiling Black Panther at all. I know a bunch of you have not seen it yet. I did see it on Saturday afternoon for the first time. Slight spoiler. I want to go back and definitely see it again. Richard Begley is going to be at the meet. Ricky DJ Technoid Reed, brother. I'm giving you a lot of love, man. I am psyched. The countdown has begun to see you for the first time, if you could believe it, this October. Steve Garrett, nice to see you. Beatrice Feeney, speaking of our Alaskan adventure, and things are going to be happening up in Alaska. Christina Maxwell, long time no see. Am I going to be seeing you coming out to Social Media Marketing World next week? Which, by the way, next week I should be able to go live from Social Media Marketing World. Again, with the time change, it's going to be a little wonky, but I will try and do the best that I can. Is it okay for 11-year-old girl, Karen Musgrove? I think so. I took my kids who are 12 and, God help me, 14. I didn't think that there was any issue with it. I can count one potty mouth word, but there's nothing else really that I felt was too adult or inappropriate. Is it a spoiler if I say that there's one kiss? Listen, come on, it's one kiss. You can figure out who does what when. Luis Ramos, good to see you. Dude, you got to stop sending me all those food videos. Every time my messenger goes off, I know I'm going to be hungrier than I already am. Martin Shergold from those United Kingdoms. It's so nice to see you again, my friend, as well. Before I forget, because I don't want you guys to miss out, there is actually a sale going on speaking of Black Panther, on the WDW Radio logo shop. So you can get not just WDW Radio gear, but you can also get Disney logo, Disney tees, Marvel tees, WDW Radio tees. All the t-shirts are on sale for $14. Everything else is on sale as well. I believe that only goes until Friday. So if you want them, now's the time to get them. This is just a small sample of some of the ones that you can find in the shop and throughout the TeePublic store. You'll see there's Marvel stuff. There's some of our designs. There's some curated designs, there's cool Black Panther stuff. I love the Black Panther Lion King shirt as well. So again, if you go to WDWRadio.com/shirts, you can take advantage of that sale. Again, I believe until on Friday. Brenda Dix is watching with her granddaughter, Addison. It sounds like Lou because it is Lou. Hi, Addison. How old is Addison? And this show is, just so you know, perfectly safe at any age for Addison or anybody else to watch. No potty mouth here. I get a little excited and animated when I talk about food, but other than that, it's all good. Father George, happy box night. Do you say happy Lent? Do we say happy Lent? Have a wonderful Lent? Something like that. Happy Lent, whatever. Cody Cermak says, where would you rank it among other Marvel films? It's funny that you should ask. I haven't figured out where yet. Although, so this is an interesting, you know what? I'm just going to let me ask you something. Would you like to hear me do a show specifically, not about the Disney parks? Would you like me to do an episode about the Marvel films and the Marvel Cinematic Universe on not a new podcast, but the regular WDW radio show? Would you be interested in hearing a show about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and then maybe tying it into possibly how it might tie into the Disney parks and resorts? Kristen Bright says at least in the top 3. Very high praise. Listen, I will say that my family, and because I'll save my comments for a little bit, my family forget walking out. The lights went up because you got to stay till the very end. The lights went up and they were like, OMG, I loved it. Like my daughter asked me tonight if we can go and see it again before I leave next week. So, stop asking, start recording it, says David Potts. Yes, do an episode about Marvel. It looks like there is a lot of interest. Pam Cornier Autry says, hey, from Cape Cod, yes, please, about Marvel. Please educate me. Amber Bramble, did you just ask if Spidey's going to be involved? Have you seen my office? Have you seen any of this and all that up there? Of course Spidey would be involved. By the way, this right there, Keith, if you're watching, that is part of your prize-winning mystery box that I'm going to send you for the Alaska logo. So, good. I will do maybe a top 10 Marvel Cinematic Universe films and then talk about maybe how they might possibly relate to the Disney parks. I've been thinking about this for a while. I really wanted to talk about it. And I think as we lead up to Infinity War, which comes out in May, again, counting down, I think it might be a good time to talk about some of these Marvel films, maybe catch you up to speed, maybe give you the films that you need to see, I think, before Infinity War, because you don't need to necessarily see them all. But I would love to listen for anyone. So who has seen Black Panther in here? Who has seen Black Panther as yet? I want to talk about it, but not in a spoilery kind of way. I'll give you my thoughts pretty quickly, and I'd love to hear more of yours. And maybe I'll have you guys call in. Maybe we'll do the call-in section a little bit early, because I would like to hear your thoughts, non-spoilery, so we don't ruin it for everybody else. Patricia Carlson says, I haven't seen the movie. I'm hearing it was great. Listen, I was very, when I heard the initial reviews coming out, there was a lot of hype and a lot of buzz, and I was almost worried, like, are they hyping this up too much before I get to go see it? What I will say is that I felt that Black Panther was relatively unique in the Marvel films. It definitely stands on its own, and I mean that in a number of different ways. It stands alone as its own film, meaning you don't necessarily have to have seen any or all of the other films ahead of time. I think seeing Civil War ahead of time will give you some additional context, but it is its own 3-act play. And what I mean by that is there is a definite setup in the beginning. There is conflict and resolution. Again, I'm not trying to give too much away. I think that the characters on their own stand alone. And what I mean by that is this film is replete with incredibly strong and powerful characters that are not sidekicks. Look, Black Panther is a stronger character than Hawkeye, who is an Avenger. And what I mean by that is I don't know that I'd be interested in seeing a Hawkeye film, but I really dug Black Panther. He is a smart, he is a strong, he's a noble. I mean, he's very much defines nobility. I think he loves the people in his kingdom more than the kingdom itself, if you understand what I mean by that. And I think Chadwick Boseman is brilliant as T'Challa. He is likable. He is smart. In the same context, there's no secret that Killmonger is the villain. He's a great villain, and like the Vulture in Spider-Man: Homecoming, is a very sympathetic villain. You understand the motivations of Killmonger as it comes through. There is, and this is a Tim Foster go with me here, but I will tell you that there is so Andrew Milley says there wasn't a lot of action. It was more of a backstory. Definitely the first act certainly was. There is a parallel that I saw from this film to The Lion King. And again, I don't want to give away too much, but in terms of the patriarchy with the throne and some of the things that happen to the reluctant king and some of the conflict that arises from it. I will tell you that one of my favorite characters was Nakia. Again, this is not a spoiler. It's T'Challa's sister. She is strong and smart, and so I felt that there were elements of, Courtney says it's a commentary on current life. Absolutely. There's a lot of politics without being preachy, I felt, in the film. But this film had elements of Lion King in terms of heart and story and family. It had elements of James Bond in terms of intrigue, the type of action that it was. This was not an all-out, Civil War or Age of Ultron, big blown up type of a war thing. So there's elements of that. I thought it was the other thing I really loved about it, because I try and watch these movies on a number of different from a number of different perspectives. It was beautifully shot and directed, and there is one scene that I cannot tell you what it is, that if you are a film fan, it is an incredibly long one shot, meaning there's a long stretch of a sequence where it's a singular camera that follows what is going on. There's no cuts. A lot of times there's a number of cuts after, a few seconds. This doesn't happen in this one scene, and I just thought it was brilliantly executed. And then when you go back and you see it again, like, Cougar did an incredible job with the director of that. Was that a spoiler if I give it away? Anyway, some of the other characters in there were phenomenal. Wakanda is visually stunning. How they, if you know the story of Wakanda, again, it's sort of this hidden society in Africa. So Joseph Ballester says, he says, apparently I've been a Black Panther fan and never knew it. I think a lot of people are going to come out of this being Black Panther fans. You don't need to have been a comic book fan or even known the character or relate to the character in any way, on any level, to really like Black Panther, who the character is. As I was watching the film, I was already thinking ahead in terms of wondering how, when, and I'm going to sort of pose a question to you guys. Dave Rashoni, I am absolutely excited. I was very, very excited. I would put it this way. I was less excited before the film than I was during and after. I am happily to admit the first couple of teasers and trailers, I wasn't sure. I'm like, is this going to be the first misstep in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I looked at my Kevin Feige shrine and I said, Kevin, come through. Kevin came through in spades. And as I was watching the film, I said to myself, I need to see this again. I need to see this number of times because there's a lot of stuff that's going on there. And the first thing I thought about as we started to dive deeper into Wakanda was, and this is the question I have for you. For those of you especially that have seen the film already, would you like to see Wakanda in Walt Disney World, specifically in Disney's Animal Kingdom? Would you like to see Wakanda in Disney's Animal Kingdom? So Cody says, I went in with low expectations. It paid off. I agree 100%. Stan Lee's part, I'm not going to say what it was, in Black Panther was hysterical. It's a commentary on life is going. Girl, listen, the commentary that the film has is very strong, but not preachy. And what I mean by that is, I want to say this, the number of strong female characters was wonderful to see. Look, I think females are, I'm not saying females aren't strong, but the portrayal of them is incredible. Michonne, you know who you are, rocked as the Dora Milaje, you know, and I saw that as we came out of the thing, there were little girls that like were dressed like that, and I was like, I dig that. I will say, you know the deal. You stay till the very end, and then some. My favorite scene in all of Black Panther was the mid-credits scene. I have no problem saying this, I was teared up. Like, I was like, T'Challa for president, man. Like, I think I might have been the only one who was applauding, like, right as it was over. I fell in love with this character, I fell in love with a lot of the characters. Nakia was probably my favorite. And I hope and I believe that we will see her again. I would love to see Wakanda come to Disney's Animal Kingdom. Look, if Pandora can exist there, Wakanda can certainly exist there. And when you see this land and this country and this nation and these people in the film, you're going to want to do what we do in Pandora, what we're going to do in Galaxy's Edge, which is you're going to want to walk through there. You're going to want to live in there. You're going to want to see what they can do in terms of bringing this land there. And when you see the film, if you haven't already, you'll understand why it would almost be so timely to see it come to the parks now. And if you know the story of Black Panther, if you know the history of Wakanda and the culture, if you've seen Civil War, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It really, really makes a lot of sense, and I would love to see it. Her Majesty says, there's only one queen here, and it's me. However, I'd love seeing the Black Panther meet and greet in Disneyland. What I loved about it, Becky, was it wasn't just Black Panther, it was the Dora Milaje, and they were shaved heads with the spears, like they look as though they stepped right off the screen. I'm sure you haven't seen Black Panther yet because you don't like going where there's other people and possibly children, but you should. And if you can see it like in Dolby Atmos, or it's such a beautifully shot and designed film. The Wakandan landscape is just spectacular, and the action sequences are such that they play really well on a really big screen. And when you get those Atmos seats that rumble underneath you, it really makes for an enhanced experience. Theater 1 at the AMC Disney Springs is an Atmos theater. That's where I got to see it. When I see it again, I need to go and see it in that theater. There are no spoilers here, Becky Mankin. Don't you worry. It is completely spoiler free. But as I start to prepare the show that I was talking about, I need to sort of figure out where Black Panther is going to rank in my list of favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe films. Like I said, I think like Homecoming, Spider-Man, it very much stands on its own, and that is a compliment to the film as opposed to a negative of the film. You don't need to be a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan in order to like, understand, and appreciate this film. I realized 10 minutes in how they were using the first act to set up the characters, to introduce you to a lot. So you did not need to be a comic book fan, a Black Panther fan. Again, I think if you see Civil War, it's a great primer for this. It'll help you sort of ramp up to speed. But Cody Pierce says Black Panther is definitely my top 3, if not number 1. They should sell the Black Panther necklace. Stylists, yes, yet a subtle souvenir for guys. I did go to the Marvel superhero store in Disney Springs right before and again right after, and they had a lot of Black Panther merchandise there, and it was merchandise that was literally flying off the shelves. I loved seeing kids go into that store and want to dress like the character that they had just seen. It's again, I don't want to say too much yet because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it is a really, really well done film, and it is a jewel in the crown of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ashley says, I can't decide if I love Homecoming or Black Panther more. It's probably a tie for number 1. Ashley, you can probably guess which one I would put first. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I said when the movie came out, I waited 30 years for it. That is no joke. I actually did. And the Spider-Man movie was the one that I could not wait to see, although Iron Spider in Infinity War, brains falling out of my head, lots of stuff going on there. And David Potts says, the phrase never a dull moment gets tossed around a lot, but it really fits in this movie. You know, David, the thing, and Ricky Technoid Reed, I'm with you, Spider-Man Homecoming number 1. The point I would make to that is the never a dull moment does not mean that it's action, 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 right? Like Spider-Man Homecoming, there's a lot of story that's being told. There's a lot of emotion and there's a lot of commentary that's happening in this film that is not necessarily about conflict, right? There are some very heartwarming and strong and poignant moments in this film, again, without feeling like I was watching a film that was specifically trying to make any type of a political statement. Statements were made very clearly, but it was part of the storytelling. It wasn't the point of the storytelling, if that makes any sense. Courtney says, I don't think people understand the importance of Black Panther. I think after this film they will, and certainly you can see from the trailers from Infinity War just how Black Panther and elements of this Black Panther film are going to fit into the stories that are being told next. So again, really, it was a pleasant surprise for me. I didn't know ahead of time how I was going to feel. I loved listening to the reactions of other people, my family included, my kids included. The fact that my daughter tonight, 5 days later, asked if we could go see it again and soon, I think speaks volumes. I think that the film is enjoyable on a number of levels. Again, some of the things that people have been saying are absolutely true. Strong female characters, strong villains, strong messaging. Again, that mid-credit scene may have been the most poignant for me. Like, I wanted to be like, T'Challa for president, man. Like, it's very, very smart. It is very, very smart. Courtney says, no overwhelming statement, but Black Panther is so important to young black children. I think Black Panther is important to young, old, white, black. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you believe. I think there are lessons and takeaways. Look, it's like Lion King, right? There's lessons and takeaways that you can apply to, whatever it is that you think. And it's bravo. Bravo. To watch all the movies from the beginning of Iron Man through Civil War, how many hours would it be? You'd probably be looking at 38 or so hours. So it can be done, like it should be done. If you haven't seen them all, Becky, you should. There's a couple you could probably leave out. You could no, you need to watch. You need to watch Thor: Dark World because of the Infinity Stone. You need to watch. I mean, you skip Iron Man 2 and 3 possibly, but there's things that you need to take out of there. Joseph says the villain in Black Panther was so well crafted. Killmonger was a layered villain. You were moved from pitting him to not liking him, and then back and forth. Listen, I don't want to say too much, but absolutely. I compared him to the Vulture in Spider-Man, where you very much understand and relate to the emotions that prompt his actions. So as opposed to the villain in Iron Man, right? So if you saw Iron Man 1 and you saw Tony's father's ex-partner at the end create his own version of the Iron Man suit, there really is no reason for him to do that. His motivations are just power, wanting to beat Tony. There was nothing, revenge. Killmonger's motivations are much more grounded and relatable, and that's why he's such a sympathetic character. And again, the acting was outstanding. The acting was outstanding. You were cheering, you were crying. It's a very it's a film that families can go and see together, but it definitely will affect you on multiple emotional levels. So Danielle watched every Marvel film over the last month, more like I would read books, not a big action person, so I watched a little bit every day as long as my attention span allowed. I think this one, the action is secondary and tertiary to the story, to the characters, through to the much like Spider-Man: Homecoming. Again, I'm comparing and contrasting these two films because Spider-Man: Homecoming was not an action-filled, sequence. It was characters. It was about the story. It was about emotion. It was about why certain things were happening. This very much is the case. I think there's strong villains in this one. I think there's a lot of takeaways from it as well. Is Black Panther in a top 5 Marvel movie? A lot of people, Kyle, are saying yes. I will not. I can't answer that yet because I need to sit down and make my list. And I will now that I've sort of informally polled you guys in terms of wanting to hear maybe a top 10 Marvel movie or a review of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I will definitely do that show. Maybe I'll grab somebody from the nation who's like a super Marvel fan, an MCU fan, and get a couple of us into to chat about it. Cheryl Picard says, I'm truly behind. I just saw Spider-Man: Homecoming this weekend. I actually downloaded it for my plane ride to San Diego next week. So I'm looking forward to, if I have time, to watch it, which I probably won't. Melissa Brzezinski says, I have very high hopes for Captain Marvel now. I will say this. If you weren't excited for Infinity War before, you get your stretchy pants ready because you absolutely will. And Courtney, I agree. The mid-credit scene, I got choked up. There were many emotional moments in this film, and I think certain things will resonate with different people on different levels, but that was an emotional moment for me. And when a film can do that, a quote-unquote comic book superhero movie can do that and hit you on an emotional level without it being something that's overly serious or political, I think it was well done and well crafted and well written. So Kyle Loomis says, Spider-Man #1. You're a Spider-Man fan? I'm a Spider-Man fan too. Look, you don't believe me? Spider fan. Oops, wrong camera. All kinds of Spider-Man love going on up there. So, Jim Morosky just saw Moana 2 days ago. Are you more excited for Infinity War or the next Star Wars film? This is a very easy question, because I'm not super excited for the next Star Wars film. That being said, even if I was, Infinity War is going to be the game changer film for all superhero movies, because I don't think we will have seen anything on that scale, on that scope before. You don't need to know the Infinity War story to know this is going to take place on a level that we have not seen before. If you thought there was a lot going on in terms of Civil War, Age of Ultron, baby, you ain't saying nothing yet. So, am I going to, let's get a new Blade movie going. So Alberto, you know that Wesley Snipes years ago was lobbying to create a Black Panther film, and they were close. The problem was they didn't want him being Blade, who's also a Marvel. Look, Blade was the first Marvel superhero movie. It was not Iron Man. It's not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Blade was a Marvel superhero character. They did not want the same actor being Blade, who's a very strong character, and being Black Panther. And I'm happy Chadwick Boseman, he is Black Panther. Like, he is a man. I'd vote for, I don't care what he's running for. I would vote for Chadwick Boseman. So, I liked him a lot. Cody says, Infinity War has been everything we've been waiting for since the start of the MCU. It's all come down to this. I agree. Becky says, hello, my name is Lou and I like Spider-Man. No, I really like Spider-Man. It's a thing. I may or may not be wearing Spider-Man underoos at this point. Was that TMI? Sorry, TMI. Ashley Hardy is already on her edge of a seat for Infinity War. Me too. We just bonded. Welcome to the Black Panther. No, so it's not the Black Panther show, but again, I think part of the reason why I wanted to talk about it was, one, to get people's opinion and feedback. I also wanted to ask you if you would like to see a Wakanda land in Walt Disney World, because of, again, not just how strong the character is, but to have his presence and the Wakandan presence in the park, I think would be really, really interesting. So, Melanie Jones says, is there anything going on besides Black Panther? There's lots of things going on, and it was so nice to see and, of course, eat with you just a couple of days ago. As they say at the end of Wreck-It Ralph, when can we do it again? So, so a slight Marvel addition, diversion, because I wanted to not just talk about the film, but I wanted to ask you if you'd like to hear about it on the show. And more importantly, would you like to see not just the character, but a representation of the land of Wakanda, which I think will be more relatable to people than Pandora. As popular as obviously the Avatar film was, I think there's a disconnect, because for some people, because it was a single at the time standalone film, maybe it wasn't everybody's favorite, but Wakanda is so it woven into not just Civil War and this film, but I think Infinity War and the films that are going to follow. Stuart Boyle says Wakanda plus Disney's Animal Kingdom equals Disney magic. So Marissa says, I have a theory that we will see lots of Marvel in Epcot, perhaps an extension from Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know that you're going to see it in Epcot per se, but I think what you will see is that opening the door, dare I say, a portal or a gateway? Are those deliberate terms, Lou Mangello? I don't know. Are they? Maybe opening a portal or a gateway to a Marvel, I'm not even talking to anybody other than the voices in my head, to a an expansion of the Marvel theme park universe in Walt Disney World. I don't think the Marvel presence can, will, or should exist in a single park. And I think that they can very easily and very deliberately and very seamlessly weave disassociated attractions in different lands into a single overarching story. So says Lou on Wednesday, February 21st, 2018. Wait for it. Wait for it. So, anyway, let's see. Rafiki's Planet Watch could be turned into Wakanda. Marissa, first of all, I like the idea. Again, you can sort of have that train taking you to this place which for decades has been hidden away, now maybe opening its doors up. Joe Rohde creating a Wakandan expansion in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Imagine the possibilities. No kidding. Paul Clark says, is there any Black Panther merch out there besides the soundtrack? Yes, if you go to, so even in Walt Disney World, if you go to the Marvel Superhero Store, I believe there's some also in World of Disney. There's masks, gloves, characters, shirts left and right. So there is a lot. So, Wakanda in the parks would be an incredibly smart move. Give me all that Wakanda theme. Cody Pierce. I love it, man. I'll bet it's delicious. Could you imagine the Wakandan food? I don't even know what they eat in Wakanda, but I don't care because I like it. But, be prepared. Again, to sort of bring it back full circle to what I said about it being a somewhat of a parallel to some of the storytelling in Lion King. Be prepared for the addition of Marvel coming to Walt Disney World. So I think it's coming, and I think it's coming sooner rather than it is later. So there was something else I want to show you, and I just realized that maybe I did not load in all of the stuff. Anyway, what I did now, if you looked at, let's sort of switch gears. We'll do a full 180 to a certain degree. And I'm not switching gears to food, if you could believe it or not, because I think in the teaser, in the headline for tonight's show, I said we're going to talk about Black Panther. We were also going to talk about a brand new family-friendly experience in Walt Disney World that takes place outside the parks. I had a chance to try it out before it officially goes live yesterday. And I will tell you that I went alone. I saw some other folks that I knew there, and I had such a good time that this is something that I will absolutely do again. And what's surprising about this is that it involves some level of quote unquote athleticism. This, as you may recognize, is not a maintenance service elevator. It is the Mickey Mouse golf cart, which you can find over at the Magnolia Oak Trail golf courses over at Shades of Green, which is the only resort I have not stayed in as yet. We've done a show on it before, but stay tuned. I have something else coming as well. But there is something new that is being introduced in Walt Disney World this week. It is, from what I understand, it is something that is not new to the world, but it'll be new to the Walt Disney World, and it's a sport known as foot golf. Now, foot golf combines two sports that I'm really, really bad at: golf and soccer. What could possibly go wrong when I line up to play my first round of foot golf? But what it does is it takes place over at the Oak Trail course at the Shades of Green Resort, where there is an 18-hole foot golf course. And what that means is it's the combination of soccer and golf. So instead of having tiny little holes with tiny little balls, you use a soccer ball on about a 21-inch hole. And on the 9-hole Oak Trail golf course, they've created 18 holes of foot golf that you can play. You use a regulation soccer ball, and follow the same rules of golf. There are hazards. There are bunkers. It is a walking course. There's no clubs involved. It's completely family friendly. And I will tell you, as awful as I was, you combine do the math. It's very, very simple. One sport that I'm really bad at plus another sport that I'm really bad at equals a sport that I'm doubly bad at. But did I have a blast? You better believe it, because I spent, it will take you about 2 hours or so to do an 18-hole course. I will tell you, it's completely family friendly. There is no age limit or clearly height limit or talent limit. So you can go out with your friends. You can go out with your families. You don't need any clubs. It's inexpensive. It's like $20 for a round of golf. It's easy to play. You walk the course. I really wanted a golf cart so bad, but you walk the course. There's a little mini beverage cart that sort of goes around too. And for about $20, you'll get 2.5 hours of so much fun. And I love the fact that it's family friendly. And what you could even do too is, if you want to play regular golf, you can mix in, like if parents want to play regular golf and the kids want to play foot golf, you can do it together in a round of golf. So you can sort of play harmoniously together, because the course follows the same for the 9-hole Oak Trail course as it does for the 18-hole for the 18-hole foot golf course. If you go to Golf WDW or call 1-800-WDW-GOLF or go to golfwdw.com. You can find out more and book tee times. I believe they're starting tomorrow. Is there a snack cart? There is a snack cart that comes around. Let me see if I can find quickly my photo, because the snack cart was one of my favorite parts of it. I don't think I have it loaded up here, but spoiler alert, the snack cart is a mini cart. It looks like Minnie Mouse. It has snacks, it has sandwiches, it has adult beverages and cocktails. I will tell you, it was an absolute blast. Like, I am planning on going back with my family, with my wife and 2 young kids, to play a round of golf, because it was something that I found really to be a lot of fun. There was no skill required. Clearly, it was a lot of fun. Yes, Lynn, there is a drink cart, and you never know. Oh, should I have not shown this? I wonder what this could be. I wonder. Maybe I should try and depixelate this a little more, so you can. Maybe not. Let me just say, stay tuned. So you never know. You never know what I might have up my sleeve. But it was a blast. Would I like to do it when it's 127 degrees out in the middle of August with 99.9% humidity? Probably not. But it was a lot of fun to do. Look, this is not the body of an athlete. Clearly, if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. It's not the body from an athlete, but it's something that I can do, my kids can do. It was a lot of fun, and there really was sort of no pressure to do it. Again, you just sort of have to follow the same courtesies and rules of regular golf. So I had never heard of foot golf before. I thought it was something Disney made up, but there's like some International Association of Foot Golfers of America, the American Association of Foot Golfers of America, or something like that. But it was a blast. It was definitely a blast. So stay tuned. If you do it, let me know. Oh, the other thing, so I saw somebody ask, you don't need any special equipment. You don't need you go there. You don't need soccer shoes. You can go in regular sneakers. Obviously, don't wear spikes and things like that. If you want to wear Argyle socks and a Gatsby hat, you can certainly do that again. But it'll take you about 2.5 hours to play. It's a blast. And oh, by the way, Keith Groshans, I saw you just popped in. See this box right there? See that? All that and a bag of chips too may or may not be coming to you soon because you won the Alaska logo contest. So there you go. So yes, the American Association of Foot Golfers of America. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Things are underway. I know, again, for those of you who was wondering if I was a Spider-Man fan. So lots of good stuff. And look, part of the reason why I like this too is, this is one of the things that you can do with friends as a family. You can do, this is something that, father, son can do, a family of four can do. You go out with a bunch of friends and do it together. You don't need special equipment. You don't need to send down your clubs. You don't need special shoes. You don't need to spend a lot of money to have a wonderful, morning or afternoon outside the parks. There's tee times available all throughout the day, 7 days a week. And I believe that you can book it now. It's fun. It's challenging because, again, like a regular golf course, there's traps and there's water holes. There was turkeys out there, which are not part of the course, but there was turkeys just walking around. So it was a blast. It was a blast. And again, if you go to, I meant to create an image, but if you go to golfwdw.com or 407 WDW Golf, you can find out more and book your tee times. Oops, did I show that again? Sorry. Oh, wait. Speaking of things that are going on, quick reminder, I posted today, tomorrow morning, I will be on the Burt Show. So if you guys, I believe he's local to Atlanta, but he is syndicated nationwide. I've known Burt for years. I was on his show, probably 10 years ago. They do a lot with something called Burt's Big Adventure, where they sponsor and send and travel with not just one, but a number of families to Walt Disney World. Kids that are terminally or seriously ill in their families, they come down to Walt Disney World. I'm going to be on the show tomorrow morning. I'm going to be sharing some tips about maybe 5 things that they need to do and eat when they get there, as well as a few fun facts and tips. One of the hosts wants to make sure that she sounds like she's super knowledgeable to the families, so I'm going to give them 5 secrets and fun facts that they can take with them when they go to the parks. So yeah, you can tune in tomorrow morning at theburtshow.com and wherever it is syndicated on the regular terrestrial. He might be on satellite radio too. I'm not sure. So, but there you go. 7 a.m. I got to get my coffee in early, my tea in early. So, that's Bert. It sure isn't. So 7 o'clock, he's going to be early. Did we mention the drink cart for free golf? Yes, there is a drink and, there is a drink cart. It's a mini, so this is what the Mickey cart looks like. There is the mini cart's a little bit different, but it's sort of a little roving snack cart with cocktails and beverages and sandwiches and all kinds of things. So it's a really nice, I will tell you, I didn't play all 18 because I realized by about the second hole just how awful I was at this sport. And I did have another obligation later on in that morning, but I really had a lot of fun and there was no pressure. You don't have to worry about the swings and what club, but you just get out there and just kick the ball and have a blast. And I love the fact that you can do it as a family. Golf, it would be something different where, it's really more for adults and kids over. I think actually the minimum age for golf on the Disney courses, it might be 18. It could be 16. I was very clear in my questioning yesterday that as long as a kid can kick the ball, you guys can go out. And I did see another family with kids that were probably 6 or 7 playing. So Stan says, who am I kidding? I'm going to give him a list of 5 things to eat. Probably. I can tell you in the mental list that I prepared of things to do, at least 2, possibly 3 were maybe 4. At least 77% of them are going to be food related. So, but let me see, what time is it? It's 8:20 already, and I have so much to do before tomorrow. I have many, many things on the calendar that's going to keep me out of the office and in the wild as I prepare a few things for you guys, a few things for some other people, and then I have to come back and prepare for. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to mention. And do I have a graphic for it? Of course not. But hey, I'll just say it to you anyway. If you are going to be here, we don't even switch cameras. If you are going to be or live in the San Diego area next Thursday, March 1st, I and a number of other speakers and friends who are going to be speaking at Social Media Marketing World in San Diego, rather than us doing and having potentially conflicting times of meetups and event, we are doing one big meetup all together. So if you are in that area and know names like Luria Petrucci, Chris Brogan, Chris Ducker, John Lee Dumas, Cliff Ravenscraft, a number of us are getting together, going to do one big meetup Thursday night, March 1st, location TBD. I believe it starts at 6:30, and I posted it on my Facebook at facebook.com/Lou Mongello. Would love for you to come. If you are coming, shoot me a message, post in the comments there, and let me know that you're coming. Would love to see you out in San Diego, because the weather there is the best ever. Speaking, by the way, of the best ever, as if on cue, Maria Riboli pops in. It's like she was, Maria, you missed all the conversation about Black Panther and Marvel and superheroes and Black Panther and Wakanda and Disney's Animal Kingdom and all that kind of again, because nobody would listen. So, my comments just disappeared. There you go. It is a dream team of social media peeps. I agree. I don't know how or why I got invited to this, but I've known Luria actually for years. So let me just see. Some of the other folks who are coming will be, wait a minute. Let me grab back here. Carlos Gill, Peter Hollins, Justin Brown, John Lee Dumas, Callie Willows, Tim Schmoyer is going to be there as well. So, did I miss anybody? Justin Brown, Chris Brogan, Daryl Eves is going to be there as well. Again, I don't have a logo up, but you'll find it on my Facebook as well. And oh, by the way, too, the other thing, if you go to my Facebook profile, I don't think I shared it. I may have shared it in the Box People group. I was on This Week in Travel this week with a bunch of other old timers in the new media, podcasting, social media, community, online community space, where we really have an interesting discussion about the past, the present, and the future. There's a lot of discussion about you guys collectively in that conversation. And I think Chris Christensen set me up, threw me the softball, and made me cry near the very end. So that was incredibly deliberate on Chris's part, because he knows crying is podcast gold. So Maria's coming in for the Dark Side Challenge. Sweaty hugs all around. Sweaty hugs for everybody. You get a sweaty hug. You get a sweaty hug. It's lots of sweaty hugs coming. So, quick talk about Alaska. Ms. Mankin, if you're nasty, says Alaska shore excursions are getting limited too, are sold out. So if you're on the fence, Dotton wait too long. Dotton wait T-O, too long. Android, whatever. So Lou Mongello, Toy Story Land, food, go. I wonder if the Toy Story Land food is going to be similar to the Toy Story Land food that we saw and experienced overseas. I am not sure as yet. Byron Smith says, best park for St. Patrick's Day. You know, Byron, it depends on how you want to spend St. Patrick's Day. For some people, going to Raglan Road is the obvious choice. For other people, they might want to go over to the Rose and Crown pub in the United Kingdom. Those would probably be the first two that came to mind. They just sort of make the most sense. So, Key says, I heard that podcast pretty good, but you eat those guys lunch when it comes to community. Listen, they're all incredible guys who have been doing this a long time. And I've known Chris and Gary for a very long time. I owe Rick a debt of gratitude. He gave me one of my first speaking opportunities way back when, I think in 2005 or 2006. Maria Riboli is going to do her own Rebel Cronut Challenge. You do the running, I'll take care of the cronuts. And it'll be sort of the perfect blend of non-running and food. So, what are the chances of Toy Story Land soft opening, maybe 2 weeks early? Dan Mulkey, you never really know. There's always a test and adjust phase. Normally, those are unadvertised, normally restricted to cast members. They do, historically, open up the attractions very sporadically, very much on a whim, to get guests flow through, to look at timing, to look at guest reaction. There's no guarantee that 2 weeks early they will be doing that. It's one of those things that you literally, if you really want to go, you might have to kind of hang out by that area and wait and see what's happening. So, do you think they'll bring bring back Pizza Planet in Toy Story Land? No, I don't. I think that they have other plans for the culinary offerings in Toy Story Land that are not going to be restricted to Pizza Planet. They will likely have an annual pass holder preview. They have not said this yet. Isaiah Jarrett said they should make the food in Toy Story Land huge portions since the guests are toy size. That would be Lou Mongello's actual Fantasyland. If instead of like the little plates of food they give you ginormous plates of food. Troy says, happy to be here with you. It's been a bad day. Helps takes my mind off things. Grateful for Lou and Box Friends. Troy, man, I am sorry you had a bad day. Hopefully this does not make it worse. You are in a room virtually filled with friends that they may not know you, but they all love you because we are all part of the same big family together. So, Jamie Williams, what about the thing about the changes to Be Our Guest? I only read very briefly what they are in terms of changes to the menu and the types of changes that are going to be coming there. I think what it's doing is what things like Skipper Canteen did, which is upping the culinary game in Magic Kingdom. Because before Skipper Canteen, there really was no higher end food offerings. Now with this sort of fixed price menu and having things in there like escargot and charcuterie and octopus, you are making it more. It's not just about the environment; it's going to be about the food. Look, if you've heard, shameless plug, if you heard our Tiffin's, our Nomad Lounge live review this week, you know that place is not. It's not just a pretty, comfortable place. It's not pretty, comfortable place to sit in. It's pretty comfortable, but it's pretty and comfortable. It is, more importantly, a place that serves some of the best food in the parks. I think that's what they're trying to do with Be Our Guest. Is it's not only going to be a popular hot ticket because of the environment, but you're going to go there. The food is going to be as much of the experience as it is the atmosphere, because I think that's what we are starting to coming to expect. Stop what you're doing, because Eric Benkert is at the boathouse right now. Why is he there and I'm not? Eric Benkert, I need pictures on Facebook. Tag me in them, and I want to see what it is. What are you eating? What are you eating right now? Jennifer Koenig says, great review. Listen, the thanks go to my guests, Her Majesty Princess Becky, Lisa, Kenneth, and Michael. We had one of the loveliest dining experiences I have had in Walt Disney World anywhere ever. It was just phenomenal. So I appreciate everybody tuning in for that one. What was I going to say? There was something else I had that I wanted to show you, and I can't remember what it is. Luis Ramos out of left field says Cheerios or Rice Krispies? Cheerios, obviously. Rice Krispies has its place, not just in a Rice Krispie treat, but Joseph Breton says Disney Animal Kingdom has great food offerings. Magic Kingdom needed this type of option. I don't always like going to the resorts for a nice meal when a Magic Kingdom. Tiffin's is a perfect example of how well a higher-end restaurant can do in a theme park. I agree with every single part of that, and now I want bread service, which, by the way, I have to go and get this weekend. I believe it or not, I can't tell you why, but I have been on a mission. I need to photograph food, so I have been traveling property and eating more than I care to, specifically to get photos. And this weekend, I've got to go back to DAC, and I've got to go and get some bread service, yo. So my weekend is not just going to be about cheering the princess. Speaking of cheering on princesses, Allison Ramos Miller is here. I love every part of Allison Ramos Miller, not the least of which the fact that she is in a location where they've got amazing Tex-Mex. She's going to try and find me a speaking engagement down there just so I can go and eat. That's all. That's the only reason why. I want to see you, and I want to get down there too. So, Allison Ramos Miller has a Sanaa reservation this weekend. I am happy to share. Allison Ramos Miller, I literally just need to go and take pictures of bread service. Although I might have to do that tomorrow because I need to get bread service pictures tomorrow. Joseph also says Nomad Lounge review was exceptional. Thank you. Golf clap for my partners in crime. Made me feel like I was really there. And yes, the bread service. Joseph, that is exactly what the point of doing those reviews is. Not just an excuse for me to eat, but because I really want you to feel like you are there with us. And the fact that that's how you think and how you feel lets me know that that we did it right. We literally ordered everything on the menu. And in some cases, 2 of everything on the menu. And I have no problem with that whatsoever. So, hey, Becky Menken, what am I, chopped liver? Do you have any bar suggestions for Walter Rolled for your 21st? I know you're the girl of. I'll give you quick ones right now. Abracadabra on the boardwalk, Nomad Lounge without question. You need to go to Territory Lounge at Wilderness Lodge. You need to go to Meisner's Lounge at the Grand Floridian. I would also throw in Trader Sam's at Disney's Polynesian Resort. And just for giggles, I would also give you Rick's Lounge at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. If I had a mic, I would drop. There you go. You need fuel to cheer, and you better cheer like a New Yorker. I don't know what cheering like a New Yorker actually means, Maria Raboli, but I will bring out my inner jurors, and I will cheer for you and with you when you are there. She's going to be so sweaty by the time she gets to me, but that's okay. I'm a sweaty hug kind of guy. So, you'll be getting a selfie of me in front of Stitch's Great Escape with my Alien Encounter shirt in one hand and a pretzel in one. Oh, wait. And carrying your Alien Encounter shirt on, a pretzel in one hand and a churro in the other. My boy. My sweet, sweet boy. Taking pictures with foods in your hand. Oh, Joseph, how did I forget Geyser Point? Top 10 lounges is definitely coming. It is definitely coming. So, let me see. I'm in love with the double camera action you've got. Listen, I am producing this all by myself, and so I'm trying to figure out what to do and where to look and read the screen, but I knew the production value. When I saw you come in, I had to up my production value game on. And oh, by the way, I'm talking, not you, Maria, everybody else other than Maria, if you're in the New York, New Jersey, tri-state, Connecticut, Jersey Shore area, and are an actor or actress or want to be one, what is it? MariaRaboli.com? Go to MariaRaboli.something, because she is not just a wonderful actress, but a director, and she has classes and improv stuff, and she loves food. So there you go. So we love Maria Riboli on so many levels. I mean, beginning with the cronut and then everything else from there. So Nicole says, I literally order everything at Nomad Lounge. I'm addicted to the Mustang coffee. It's one of my favorite things in the world. If it wasn't 176 degrees, we definitely would have ordered that. So let's see. Is he showing off his Spider-Man addiction again? No, there's actually more Spider-Man than just this. Let me sort of move this camera. So there's a lot of Spider-Man going on up there. There's also obviously all the Spider-Man stuff that's going on here, and it's layered. So there's Spider-Man stuff behind the Spider-Man stuff. I need to clear out some of the other, and there's the Tron shelf there. The emergency fireball shelf is there, and I'm running out of room for book. I think it's time that I start to, I'm simplifying. I need to offload some more of my book collection. Maybe I'll give some of them away as prizes as well to putting them up on eBay as well. Maria says, Becky, we must meet for drinks soon. Everything about that sentence is bad. There's nothing, multi-camera view, nothing good can come out of that meeting. Nothing at all. Nothing good. So, what's the stuff above your Spider-Man pictures? Oh, let's go back this way. So, those are Funko Pops, and I will tell you that my Funko Pop collection did not exist. I did not realize I was a Funko Pop collector until someone who I will let this person remain anonymous, but someone was incredibly generous and started sending me Spider-Man Funko Pops. I started off with, I think it was one of the Homecoming ones. I have a Stan Lee Funko Pop up there. I've got Doc Ock. I've got the Green Goblin. And now I've got I've got like 30 Funko Pops. So I went from 0 to 30 very quickly. And now, unbeknownst to me, I'm a Funko Pop collector, primarily of the Spider-Man variety. Although I will tell you, there is a Dancing Groot. There's also a Vito Corleone, a Tron, a Sark, a Willy Wonka, and Flash Gordon are up there as well. So there are many that do not necessarily fit into the Spider-Verse as well. You can clear out your signed Spider-Man. Amber Bramble, I will never give up my signed. I will tell you, of all the, and you're going to make me cry, but the signed Spider-Man 700, not just a story about how I got into that comic, like literally was placed in that comic, in terms of being written into it and included in a panel. But let me see if I can find you the image, because if you've never seen it before, let's see if I can do it this way. So being written into the comic, but then somebody actually getting a copy of the comic, going to a comic book convention because he knew Stan Lee was going to be there. He drove like 6 hours to the convention, waited online like 4 hours, got one copy signed, and brought it to me over dinner. Obviously, I get a little verklempt. We went to Epcot for dinner. I wept. I literally wept in Le Cellier, not just because of the pretzel bread, but because of that incredible gesture. So, let's see. Are there any non-Funko bobbleheads? So I believe back here I've got some Dorbs, some Q-Figs. I've got some metal die casts. So I've got these little bobbly guys that I got in Asia. There's a few back there. Again, I need to sort of spread it out because I don't even know what I've got. So, let me see. Let me go back. I swear the Funko Pops multiply on Stan Solo. I agree. Again, when they first came out, I'm like, these things are the weirdest thing ever. And now I see a new Spider-Man one come out. and I love it. And I have a few other ones up here. There's also a Figment, Orange Bird, and Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. So I guess I'm kind of a Funko Pop collector now. Martin says, I met Spidey in the dark place we don't mention. I have as well, believe it or not. I have also met Spidey in that dark place as well. But that's the old, listen, it's not Homecoming Spidey, but it was cool to meet Spidey. Listen, I think Spider-Man, I have no problem saying this. The Spider-Man traction at the dark place where the sun does not shine over there is one of my favorite attractions anywhere. I just wish they would pick it up and move it here. And it would be the perfect attraction. So, I'm torn for the May trip. Boathouse or Art Smith's Homecoming. Listen, Darlene Nagy, it's like we've never met before. I love Art Smith's Homecoming, but if I have to choose, you're going to Boathouse. And by you, I mean we are going to Boathouse. I would do this. Why don't you do Art Smith's for a nice early lunch? Go out to the parks for a few hours, get yourself nice and hungry, come back at dusk, and do the Boathouse. And oh, by the way, you can tell them that Lou sent you. Oh, and speaking of which, hey, nice thing. Tell them Lou sent you, and you can get a Lou Sent Me t-shirt for just $14. All the shirts are on sale right now at wdwradio.com/shirts. In addition to the t-shirts being on sale, so are the hoodies, so are the mugs, the notebooks, the pillows, all that kind of stuff like that. So these are just some of the designs that you can get on the WDW Radio shirt store, but there's thousands and thousands more. They're all on sale. The t-shirts are on sale for $14, I believe, until Friday. So if you are a subscriber to the newsletter, you should have gotten a newsletter about that today. And I believe everything's on, like even the hoodies and stuff are on sale too. So it's okay to like both of them. You drive me crazy. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said I think that Spider-Man is arguably one of the best attractions anywhere. I just wish it was here. That's all. By here, I mean like across the street, because I don't get out of the bubble very often. So there is a place for everyone, and everyone has its place. Certainly, if you are a Harry Potter fan, that's where you should go. I think Diagon Alley is incredibly impressive, but Spider-Man is my bag, baby. So the answer to your question is Boathouse. It's just Boathouse. Let's see. Cody says, I picked up one of the Black Panther Lion King shirts. Such a great design. I agree. And after I saw Black Panther, I think I'm going to order one for myself. Can we have one like the one I see here? Except could say body like Lou. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think anybody wants a body like Lou. Do they? There's body like Baymax, because that's what I am. See right here, I have a soft, non-threatening, huggable design. That's me. That's me. So, and you can see the Alaskan Adventure shirt is there. The Lou Sent Me shirts are there. Cruise Logo shirts are there. Spidey shirts. There's hundreds and hundreds of them in there as well. So, Stan Solo, shoot me a link to it, man. I'm happy to add it. I'm certainly happy to add that for you. So, Martin says, being a UK chap, I do love me some Harry Potter quite a bit. After Disney, of course. And listen, man, that's cool. You can love Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles all at the exact same time. They are not mutually exclusive of each other. Did I mention how much I like the Spider-Man attraction, by the way? Just FYI. So, David Potts says, I still want to see Lou go live from Universal someday. What's the next time? April 1st is on a Wednesday. Is Boathouse better for lunch or dinner? Absolutely. It is better for lunch, and it's better for dinner. It's better against everything else. If I had to choose the two, I would go at dusk. I would go at dusk for dinner. So I went the other night because I had to take pictures, and I couldn't have planned it any more perfectly. If you saw my picture on Facebook or Twitter, We sat right by the water where the amphicars hit the ground. There was live music. The balloon was up. The amphicars are going in. The sun was setting over Disney Springs. It was picture perfect and got even more perfecter when they brought out the tuna and the baked Alaska and all the other stuff. And if you're wondering what I'm taking these pictures for, I can't tell you, but you'll see soon. And it's awesome. So, if I wear a Lou Sent Me shirt to Boathouse, what happens? You'll have to wear it and find out, because shirts are just on sale for $14. Look, I have to pay for all this food that I eat, by the way. So pick up shirts, and don't forget that you can also get all the audio tours and that kind of stuff for $10 still. So let's see. Crikey, that accent you did. Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke couldn't match. Spot on, old chap. Martin Shergold, I love you, brother. I love you, man. You are so doing a Disney food book, says Christine Tilsley Morrison. Am I? Am I? I am. Interesting. But listen, it's 8:47. Why don't we do something fun? Because, speaking of books, let's do this. So, Erica Glakowski, I think I have my March Meet of the Month location set. I will find out, hopefully definitively, tomorrow, because I want to go to a certain place to do a certain thing with you, but I got to double check it tomorrow. Amber Bramble wants to buy a pop socket and a Turvis tumbler. I don't have Turvy. I do have pop sockets. I will send you one, or better yet, when you come here, I will give you one in person. Although I have my Spidey Turvis tumbler, and I have a Deadpool one here somewhere too. Maria Raboli says, best audio tours ever. And I added the ever emphasis because she did multiple spaces. I have Resi's at Boathouse and the Edison for lunch on our March trip, made through Open Table. That's the secret weapon right there, brother. I'm with you. I've been saying that, and you better believe it. All right. Judy says, when weren't we already doing something fun? Better yet, what if I gave you stuff? What if I gave you stuff? Let's have a little bit of a giveaway. Let's have a little bit of fun. Call your friends. Wake the neighbors. Let's do this. I want to give you stuff. So let's play. I need to make a graphic for this. I need to make a 20 questions graphic. I think I have a 20 questions graphic, don't I? Hang on. Let's see if I can find it very quickly. This way, Keith can laugh at my Photoshop non-skills that I do not have. Let's see, 20 questions. They all stink. They all completely stink, and they are, yeah, that's right. Let's play 20 questions. What you are going to play for, okay, and the way we play 20 questions is this, because it's not really 20 questions. You collectively can ask 20 yes or no questions. I'm going to write down the name of a person, place, thing, character, attraction, extinct, current, food item, menu item, person, whatever it might be, whatever sort of pops into my oh so weird head and once I get all the other voices out of it. 20 questions, yes or no, I will answer. The first one that I can see that gets it right, because the chat has a tendency to be a little delayed. It goes by fast. I try and be as fair as I can. The first one that I see will win. All right. I will give you a choice. I will give you a prize package that will contain 102 Ways to Save Money for an at Walt Disney World book. I will give you all 7 of my virtual audio walking tours of the parks, which Maria Raboli says best tours ever. And if you know Maria Raboli, that's like huge praise right there. I will also give you a couple of these WDW Radio Magic Band covers for your next trip to Walt Disney World. I will give you a pop socket. And what else am I missing? I don't know. A bunch of WDW Radio swag. Or you can have what I have hidden inside the backpack. It could be anything at all. You have no idea. So you can choose the WDW Radio prize package, or you can choose the mystery prize that's in there. You don't know. You don't know. So I'm going to write something down, and then don't start yet. I will, and don't try and pay attention to the number of times you hear me write it on the paper, because I've already written it. So you have no idea how many. It could be 3 letters. It could be 20 letters. But I'm going to take 20 plus yes or no questions. The first one that I see that gets it right will win a prize. We are going to begin. 3. Everybody get the rules? Good. The rules are, there ain't no rules. We're racing for pigs. The rules are, there ain't no rules. Those are the rules. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. The bag isn't dripping or steaming, so Keith Groshins, you're hysterical, man. All right, so I'm going to start paying attention to the 20 yes or no questions. Go. See, and here's a little bit of delay that I was talking about before. Here we go. All right. Is it boathouse? No. Is it in a park? Yes. Is it popcorn? No. Is it food? No. Can you ride it? No. Where's Puppet Becky? No. Is it a place? Yes. Man, these are going by too fast. I'm trying to let me see. Is it inside a park? Yes. Disney Springs? No. Magic Kingdom? No. Fort Wilderness? No. Is it a movie? No. Is it an attraction? No. Is it food? No. Is it related to food? Of course it is. Is it 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Now, why am I bothering to count? Is it a show? No. Is it Toy Story Land? No. Is it Pandora? No. Is it Epcot? No. Is it Magic Kingdom? No. Is it Extinct? No. Is it a show? No. Is it Magic Kingdom? No. Is it Flight? No. Is it a person? No. Is it Nomad Lounge? No, but I'm so hungry for that right now. Is it outdoors? No. Is it in Disney's Animal Kingdom? Disney's Animal Kingdom, Terry Simpson's already. No. A foreign park? No. Is it Toy Story? No. Is it Pandora? No. Is it Magic Kingdom? No. Is it Epcot? No. Oh, let me see. Is it Tiffin's? No, but I would love Tiffin's right now. Carrie's already. Oops. Hey, stop it. Wait, let me go back here. Is it Brown Derby? No. Is it the Arts Festival? No. Can you buy it? No. Is it Hollywood Studios? Is it Hollywood Studios? No. Is it a place to purchase food? Of course it is. Is it Yak and Yeti? No. Is it a drink? No. Is it Flights of Wonder? No. Is it Animal Kingdom? No. Is it the Arts Festival? No. I'm so sad that that's over. Sushi sitting on the floor? No. Is it Cozy Cone? No. Is it in Hollywood Studios? Yes, it is. Is it the Brown Derby? No. Is it Japan? No, but I love me some sushi. Is it the Brown Derby? No. Is it the Brown Derby Lounge? No. Is it in a shop? No. Is it Typhoon Lagoon? No. It isn't Hollywood Studios, for those of you keeping track at home. Is it a future attraction? It is not. Can you rent it? Probably. Is it 50s Primetime Cafe, Erica Glagowski? It sure is, sister. It is absolutely 50s Primetime Cafe. The first person that I saw got it was Erica Glagowski. Glagowski. I'm going to make sure I get that right. You are right. You win. It is 50s Primetime Cafe, where I just was the other day taking pictures of food. Again, you'll find out why and where later. So, wait a second. Let me write down her name. Erica Glagowski. So, Erica, you have a choice. Do you want the prize package that includes the books, the audio tours, the Magic Band covers, the pop sockets, all that kind of stuff like that? Or do you want what's in the bag? Do you want what's in the bag? Oh, it's Tigger Tail. Oh my God, those Tigger Tails are so good. Wrong, sir, wrong. You lose. You get nothing. Good day, sir. No, you actually can have whatever you want. You can have the prize package so you know exactly what you're getting, or you take the mystery prize and take your chances. Take your chances. Never been, always wanted to try it. I'm a sci-fi diner kind of gal. Nerd alert. Let's do both, Marie, when you come down here. I'm trying to see if... Please do a reveal of the bag. Jennifer says the bag. Take the bag. 50 says good eats. I'm still waiting for Erica to weigh in and tell me what she wants. Let's see. Congrats. Go for the bag. Do the bag. Everybody seems to tell you to take the bag. Could you imagine if there's like nothing in the bag? Take the bag. Do the bag. Erica Glakowski says the bag. All right, if I'm reading this correctly, Erica says she's taken the bag. So you're giving up. Shows the perceived value of these items. No hurt will come to me. You are saying that you do not want the 102 Ways to Save Money for an Walt Disney World book. All 7 of my virtual audio walking tours, which, by the way, are all still on sale. They are on sale. They are on sale for just $10. Because remember, I have to pay for all this food that I eat. You don't want that. You don't want one of these bad boys. You don't want, hold on, if I can figure out how to open the bag. You don't want one of these handy dandy, nifty little WDW Radio Magic Band covers. You want the bag instead. You asked for it. And just so you know, no matter what's in the bag, even if there's nothing, I'm going to send you one of these no matter what. So at the very least, you know you've got that consolation prize. Maybe we should take a couple of calls first and then do a reveal of what's in the bag. Because I don't know if Erica would be happy with what she got. Terry says, get the new nation tattoo. Standard equipment for being in the club, of course. Jimmo wants to know what's in the box or what's in the bag. I believe he's making the what's in the box Brad Pitt face. She chose the bag. Now, if I would have turned the bag around, you could have seen, because it's mesh on the other side. She probably already has them. That's true, because I haven't released a new product in quite a while. So it's interesting what's on the board up there in terms of where they are on the spectrum of what is done, what is not done, and what is coming soon. And then, of course, the thing that I added the other day, which I can't really tell anybody about, it may or may not look like that, but that's not important right now. Or is it? It is not a nation tattoo. Ashley just wanted the pop socket. That's all Ashley cared about, was getting the pop socket. Ashley, we could make that happen. You come to a meet of the month. You let me know when you're coming to a meet of the month, and I will bring you a Jimmy Swoop has opened the bag, man. All right. The bag is open. Erica Glagowski, this. Hey, stop. I don't know how I'm going to be able to transport this. You need to feed it twice a day, but not after midnight or whatever you do. Do not get this wet. Do not get this wet. It's Lou's wet bathing suit from Typhoon Lagoon today. It is not. Can camera number 3 be placed on the board? Never. Stop teasing her and show her already. Erica, you win. That's not straight out of Wakanda or straight out of Compton. What you do win is straight from the WDW Radio shirt shop. You win a Spider-Man Homecoming t-shirt. There you go. And of course you get one of these as well. So this literally is hot off the presses from our TeePublic store. You win. It's one of my favorite shirts that I own as well. You win. If you guys want one, again, the tees are just $14. So it's that shirt that you guys see right there. It is the Spider-Man homecoming logo shirt. I ordered it just to give away as a prize. And of course you get one of these, and I'll throw up if you want a pop socket or something like that. And if you know what, if you want the audio tours and the 102 ways to save money for an at Walt Disney World book, I'll send you those as well. So I will wrap that all together. You win the shirt, and thank you all for playing. If you played last week and didn't win, that's okay, because next week will be your chance to enter in next week's Walt Disney World 20 Questions Challenge. So there you go. So you win the from the WDW Radio shop. You win the oh so cool and fancy, and they're soft. Like I ordered one of the really soft shirts. It's like a soft, like red heather shirt. So it's soft, and you know what? They wash really, really well. Not that I've watched this one, but I have a few of the TeePublic shirts, and they wash really, really well. So. Thanks to you for playing. Cool Spidey is one of my favorite characters. We just bonded even more. So, Erica, what I need you to do is go to Facebook Messenger and send me your address, or email me, lou@wdwradio.com, and I will send it out to you right away. And by right away, it might end up being the week after I come back from San Diego. So, Paul Clark, the meat of the month in March, I will tell you, I actually have a logo ready to go, but I do need to go tomorrow just to check something first. I do believe it's going to be Saturday, March 24th. 92% sure, wherever the location might be, it's probably going to be Saturday, March 24th. I don't remember why I selected that date, but I do need to lock it down. Amber Bamble, they are so soft. I love them so much. Keith says, I'll get you a 20. By the way, Keith Groshans, if you need any sort of logo work, Keith, you can link up your site if you want to, man, because you are brilliant and put my oh so incredibly awful non-Photoshop skills to shame. So I know I'm plugging this hard because I want you guys to take advantage of it, because I never know when TeePublic will put their stuff on for sale. So anything that's not only in the WDW Radio shirt store, but anything that's available on TeePublic is on sale for $14. The hoodies are on sale, the mugs, there's iPhone cases. You can get any of these designs in anything like it all. And then again, there's dozens more that I have already curated in the WDW Radio shop. And then you can also continue to browse through TeePublic and get the same deal. This deal, from what I understand, does end on Friday. That's what they told me today. It does end on Friday. So if you go to www.com/shirts, that is the way to take advantage of the $14 sale. One other quick reminder, as long as you're browsing the interwebs, guys, you are my extended family. I talk about this all the time, not just on the show. I talk about it tonight. I talk about it in presentations. I just did two interviews this week where you literally were the focus of the conversation in terms of the community. I really want you, if you are not part of it already, to join the community over at wdwradio.com/boxpeople. That's the Box People group on Facebook. And that's really where I want our conversations, our communications, and discussions between you guys to really take place. Because in a group, you don't have to worry about a Facebook algorithm. You don't have to worry about seeing things first and turn on notifications. The way it works right now is you not only will get to see everything, but we're all on equal footing there. Every post that you make is seen by everybody, as opposed to, what an administrator posts and then other conversations are on the side. I've always been community driven first. It's why I started my discussion forums in 2004, back in January. I can't believe it was 14 years ago that I started. As things have migrated, as things have evolved, that's where the conversations are. And that's really where right now I want them to take place. So if you're not part of the group, join the group. Better yet, invite your friends. I don't run ads. I don't advertise. I don't spend money trying to get people. I want you guys to go out and try and invite people who are your friends to become our friends as well. And that is my last plug for the Box People group. So the March 24th, I believe I said, was the March 24th is going to be, as of right now, the March meet of the month. With the Nation, can you pick? No. So, Ricky, the WDW Radio Nation, that is all done through Patreon. And again, a quick thanks to everybody who is part of, hey, I don't know why that's not working. Everybody who is part of the Nation family, your generosity and support literally keep the lights on. Plus, you get cool stuff every month. There's scavenger hunts and logo gear, and you get early access to some things that I am planning that I haven't told Becky about yet. So I don't have a look, but if you go to wdwradio.com/support, you can find out more. So, and anyway, if there's something that you missed, you can always shoot me a message on Facebook. I answer every message personally as quickly as I can. So I'm always happy to help you guys any way that I possibly can. So I don't know why that image is not loading. Let me see if I can find one for you, just so I can. Hang on, I'm going to find it. Give me a second here. Well, let's try this one, see if that works. Well, it's not the one I had planned, but same thing. That'll do. That will do for now. So, again, thanks to all of you who have been part of the Nation, whether you've been doing it for, coming up on 3 years now, or if you are brand new. Anything and everything that you helps, and don't forget that a portion of the proceeds of anything that you contribute goes to the Dream Team Project. I had a conversation the other day with Make-A-Wish, the context of which I cannot share at this time, but you guys don't realize the impact that you are having, not just on the children and their families, and certainly on me, but on Make-A-Wish itself, and don't think that they are not paying attention and are aware of this very incredible, very unique thing that you have done. I say all the time, I just built the clubhouse. You guys are the ones that populate it. And what you do and what you continue to do is remarkable. And it does not go unnoticed and unappreciated. So let's see. New to the Nation, there for life now. Amber Bramble, man, this is the worst heart I could ever do, but that's the best heart of intentions. So, Joseph, first time in the box. It's been great. I welcome and appreciate you, brother. Thank you for spending and sharing some time with us. Amber Bramble, we're going to have some announcements pretty soon about what is coming in 2019 and beyond. Maybe even what's coming in 2018. What? I mean, wait a minute. There's something that I haven't told Becky about. Really? Because my phone's going to start ringing in about 2 seconds with a very angry Becky Menken if I keep talking like this. So, Martin Shergold says we're going to need a bigger clubhouse. Listen, Martin, I will tell you, while I want our family to grow, one thing, and I talk to people about this all the time, it's counter to what you see and hear being taught at conferences, because everybody's talking about, everybody's talking about growth, increasing your numbers, having the vanity metrics, downloads, likes, hearts, shares, all that. That doesn't matter to me. I care about the people. I care about you. I care about the people that are already there. If you notice, there's no WDW Radio ads popping up on Facebook. Every now and then I've played around just to see how it works, but I care more about the people who are here than the people that try. You're not a number. You're not a download. You're not a like. You're a human being. Like, you really are a friend. And I care more about the quality of the people that are there and the attention and the love of the people that are there than continuing to try and grow. I would rather have 10 people that really love and care about what we talk about than 100,000 likes that don't mean anything, if that makes any sense. I hope it does, because it makes sense in my crazy. To me, in the voices in my head, that makes total sense. So when I talk about our friendship, when I talk about the love, when I talk about the community, and I talk about the family, man, that is so true and from the heart. And I am going next week to San Diego to talk about that. And exactly about what we're doing right now and why the live video is so important and why you are so important. You are the reason why I'm going to speak to a conference of, I think that they said 4,000 people coming this year. there's a reason why I'm going to talk about Facebook Live and building community and how to do it, because that's exactly what you guys have done. And what you have done is incredibly remarkable. And clearly it's something that people have taken notice. I don't care. The only numbers I care about, like, again, not too off on a tangent. I don't care about my numbers. I care about the people behind them, right? The size of your audience doesn't matter. What matters is that they're listening, and the fact that we are family and we are friends, whether we've met yet or not. And you guys continue to prove that to me. Your presence here does that, and you fill my heart and you fill my cup in ways that you cannot imagine. So when I say that I love you, I mean it. And I don't throw that word around lightly. So with that, I did not mean to get all weepy and sappy and all that kind of stuff like that, but I'm not crying. You're crying. So, listen, next week I should be live from Social Media Marketing World in San Diego. If you are out in San Diego next week, we are doing a meetup on Thursday night in San Diego, location TBD. If not, if I can align the times, make sure you turn on notifications. That's why you should be in the Box People group, so you do get notified. I will try and go live multiple times from San Diego. If you are a member of the Box People group, I will approve you. That's the best way to make sure you don't miss anything, because, man, San Diego is beautiful. Lou in the Box Nation, help me forget problems, and thanks for that. John Jones, man, that's what this is about. That's what family does. Is the love and the support of each other. And Wednesday nights, man, as much as it might fill your cup, it very much fills mine. This is as much for me as it is for you, believe it or not. So, as they say in the United Kingdoms, you are Brill, says Martin. Cheers, mate. I love all you guys. I hope that you have an amazing and oh so very delicious week and weekend. I will see you next week, without a doubt. And, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Have a great week, everybody. Thwip. Wakanda forever. See ya.